going on, guys? I'm Jay.
And I'm Jay.
And welcome to the second episode of Planet JJ. Come on, give it up. You made it back.
Welcome.
We appreciate it. Oh, man. Oh, I got my
We got
sleeves
something
rolled up.
special for these people today, man.
Yeah, we got something real special planned.
Special today.
On today's episode, obviously, you see how we coming. We're going to do like some arts and crafts and stuff. But not only that, we got a special guest.
Special guest,
Yeah.
man.
So without further ado, we're not even going to waste you guys' time, man. Let's bring in the special guest. Hey, you guys give it up for N8ture Al, man.
N8ture Al,
man.
man.
Come on. Give me some. Give me some.
Applause, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo! What's going on, Al?
Yes. Get your headset on, man. Lock in, bro.
We got N8ture Al on the podcast, man.
Real scientist, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. This is our cousin, actually, man. This is our cousin, Alex.
Man.
And my boy is a real deal, like, biologist. My dog is a real deal scientist, you know what I'm saying? He studied...
Out in the field, studying these animals, different type of creatures, man.
Yeah, my boy just graduated and got your master's, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, that's tough. Al, what's going on, man? Say what's up to our people, our fans down here at Planet JJ.
Yeah, let them know how you feeling, man.
How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, man. So, we brought you on the show today. You got you some clay?
I do.
Okay, cool.
3 colors.
Let's let them know what we're going to be building today, guys. What do we settle on? Turtle? Sea turtle?
I think we said we were just going to make some kind of, was it aquatic animals?
Yes,
Aquatic animals.
Okay, guys, for everyone watching, so today's episode, we're going to be asking, it's going to be an interview about, we're going to be asking Alex different questions just about the job, the field that he's into. This episode is really just for our fans and our nature lovers and animal lovers out there.
You're an animal lover, man. Come tune in, learn something.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, by the end of this episode, we're going to be making animals, and you guys are going to tell us who has the best one.
Yeah, tell us if my whack or not, if my trash.
All right, so let's just get this started. Al, a little bit about yourself, man. What's going on? Where are you from? And, let's just start a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm from Austell, Georgia. I'm a wildlife biologist, N8ture Al on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, get at him.
Yes, get at me, follow me. So basically, as a wildlife biologist, I study animals. I travel around the world and work with various species of animals. I'm looking at their behavior, their diets, and just trying to make sure that they're here for the next generation and the generation after that.
That's what's
awesome.
up. That's what's up. So, like, you said traveling around the world. Your job. Well, before we even get into that, what how'd you get into all of that, man? Have you been like on animals and nature like your whole life, or like what brings you into that
What
field?
kickstarted that love?
Yeah. So I have been into animals all my life. I used to grow up fishing with my family, looking at the birds that was flying over, or watching the great blue herons, and they are being better fishermen than I am. So that's kind of got me into it. And then growing up, I used to take forever to cut the grass because I was chasing snakes and frogs that ran from the lawnmower.
Oh, man.
And it just got better from there. I used to look at Steve Irwin and Jeff Corrin, R.I.P. to the crocodile hunter.
R.I.P. to Steve Irwin, man.
Right. But, so they were definitely some of my, I guess, role models growing up.
Inspirations in this life.
Right, exactly, to work with animals. But, they didn't look like me, so I didn't think I could do it until I got into college and started taking field courses, and that's when I really figured out I'm going to make this wildlife biologist thing work.
Nice.
Right, we can really do something with this.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's cool because you don't really see a lot of African Americans in the field, or like especially on TV or anything like that. Whenever it comes to like some Call of the Wild Man type of deal,
Right.
So it's cool to just have our culture a part of that too. Because we're black people, we are intelligent, man. We are great. We are gifted. Everybody, all people. You know what I'm saying? But it's just awesome to see the minority, getting a chance to do some great things.
Literally.
So besides that, Jay, you got any? I know you got some questions you had for Al.
I do have some questions lined up for my man N8ture Al. So first things first, what's the craziest animal you've come across while working the job? Like, there's been this wild ass raccoon, a snake.
Right.
What's something wild you seen, man?
Yeah, so I would say the wildest animal that I have come across while working is definitely some of the bats I have worked with.
Bats.
So bats, they're the only flying mammals. A lot of people think they're rodents, but they're not. They're just a flying mammal. But what was crazy about them is we was working with fruit bats, and they have big eyes. So we're working with them, and while we're like processing them, taking their forearm length, and looking at their reproductive system, like they're just staring at you with their big eyes, like I'm gonna remember you. You caught me in a net. I'm gonna remember you. So that's like
names up there.
right. They like I'm gonna remember you. So it's crazy looking at them. But one of the craziest moments. I never actually seen this animal, but I heard it. I was in Borneo, which is an island that's occupied by 3 different countries. You have Malaysia, you have Brunei, and then you have Indonesia. And all of those 3 countries have claims to that island. I was in the Malaysian part, and I was in the rainforest, and it's like midnight. We had just got done taking down our bat nets, and we're walking by a tree, and I hear a growl of a big cat. Oh. And I'm like, yo, what was that? I turned to the ranger, and I was like, what was that? And he wouldn't tell me at first, but then he was like, it's a jungle cat. I'm like, okay, we in a jungle. How big is this jungle cat?
Give me an estimate, man.
Right. Like some here, I heard a big growl. I'm like, how big is this cat? He wouldn't tell me.
Playing games.
Right. But once we got down to the research station, he was like, okay, it's like yay big, which is about the size of our bobcats. I was like, oh, okay, I ain't really scared of that.
Right.
But hearing that growl, that was scary in the middle of the night. And like we was walking with headlamps that were dim, like can barely see the person in front of me. And I'll hear this big old cat noise.
Right, yeah, this looking like a horror movie, man.
So check this. I heard you so big cats. Was that in the same? Those all in the same country with the bats too?
Yes, yep.
So are bats really blind? Do they really see through sonar? Is that
So they're not blind, but they do use echolocation to find their food. The insectivores. So echolocation is like sonar or radar. They send it out and it bounces off the object and comes back to them and kind of gives them a picture of what is around them or what they're going for.
So is that not a defense mechanism? What do they call it? Is that something they adapted because they have? Are they any type of trouble with sight? Are they any type of
They're not blind. They can see, but
visually impaired.
Yeah.
So they're not no type of visually impaired and all. That's all myth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. So they're not blind, but bats they can see, but they use the echolocation
as well. Oh, so that just it brings their heightened their senses even more. What's well, that's super cool. I mean, I've never been outside the country besides going to the Bahamas with the fam when I was 13, and I mean that was pretty cool. But you ain't that see no animals.
We didn't see nothing crazy like that.
Yeah.
But
so that's dope. That's cool. And your job gets you to travel. So not only you said that was somewhere between Singapore and Malaysia,
yeah. So it was actually in Malaysia. It's an island that's to the right of Malaysia, below Thailand and India and all that. But it's owned by Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia. All 3 of those countries has claims to it.
What kind of what other places have you been to? What kind of places did that job
Yeah, so all my jobs have taken me away from my home in Georgia. I have worked in every corner of the U.S. So as far up as Pittsburgh and New Hampshire, down into the coasts of North Carolina and Texas. I was on a dredging boat. So a dredging boat is a boat that goes off the sea after hurricanes, or if shipping channels the Jacksonville port or Savannah port, they go out and dig channels to deepen the channel or widen the channel. They'll excavate dirt out and mud out and to widen those channels. Or after a storm or hurricane, they'll go and dig up sand and throw it back on the beach, which is called beach renourishment. So my job when I'm on those dredging ships is to make sure that the boat is not digging up any sea turtles or running into marine mammals that are endangered, like right whales. Nice. So I'm there watching from the bridge, the boat where the steering mechanism is, and saying, hey, there's a whale here, you need to stop and let it pass. Or if there are sea turtles, I'm making sure that they're not digging them up. So there's a instrument called a drag head, which digs up the sand. And there's chains on there that are called TEDs, turtle exclusion devices, that basically is to try to.
Right,
Yes.
I'm hearing all these terms for the first time.
Yeah, so basically, it's there to make sure that the turtle isn't dug up. And so my job is to make sure that it's still in working order after each dig. And then when they get done digging, I have to make sure that there's no turtles in any other collection boxes where the sand flows through, or the hopper which stores the sand. And if there's some turtles there, I have to work them up and see if they are dead, what caused them to die. Was it caused by the digging, or was it from other means?
So
getting down to it.
What we're talking about your jobs, different jobs you've had. What are so give me maybe 3 of your favorite jobs that you've worked, three jobs, I guess places you might have worked, whether it was a zoo, whether it was an aquarium, whether it was just a scientific expedition. Give me 3 jobs that you just had a great time, you'll never forget them.
Yeah, my first one is definitely working in Sabah, Malaysia, on the island of Borneo with the bats. The second one is working in Corpus Christi, Texas at Padre Island National Seashore, working with sea turtles, mainly the Kent's Ridley sea turtle, but we also work with other species. And then my third one, probably as a park ranger in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
This is where I got my first experience outside of college, working in a natural resource field, and I wasn't just
in the books, you're actually hands-on.
Hands-on.
Definite.
And I actually got to develop my passion for telling people about the outdoors and wildlife.
Yes. Later.
Hell yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Jay, what you got something else for Alex?
Yeah, I do. I got some more stuff. So kind of leading back into that, I noticed you were talking about you traveling and visiting and whatnot. It made me think of what are some of your favorite parts about your job? Is it the creatures you see? Is it the people you might meet across? Hey, maybe you find some fine females out there. I don't know.
The scientific
with
the glasses.
I
need me a brainiac. I'm looking for a brainiac. You know what I'm saying? I only took this job for the bitches.
Talk to me, man. What is something you're just I love this part about my job?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I do love wildlife and working with wildlife.
Creatures, right?
So that's definitely one of the big parts of the job. Is I get to work with many different species and types of wildlife that I never thought I would work with.
Right.
I get to do it, and on my job, as I said, I am able to travel with it. I haven't actually lived in my home state, Georgia, for a full year since graduating college.
Wow.
Just because the job takes me to different places. I have been to over, almost 3/4 of the U.S., if not just traveling from work, whether it's actually living there or just traveling through. I have covered many of the United States. And then a lot of times, while traveling, I get to experience different foods, and that's a nice perk for the job.
See, that'd be me going to the different restaurants, trying all the new stuff I can't.
Yeah, exactly. And then not even restaurants, but markets. When I was in Borneo, we was going to the market to get our supplies and stuff, and I got to experience. I don't even know how many different types of fruits that I never ate before.
Nice.
I didn't know that there was 2 different types of. Well, there's multiple types of dragon fruit, but I only seen the red one, but there was a white.
I actually didn't know that either.
So I never seen that, and then
that's what's up. No, I didn't know. Honestly, you only see the fruits they got here. The shit they put in Walmart, the shit they teach you about in school.
Exactly.
So you go to a different country. No, I hear you go to a different country. There's mad other fruit. There's mad other types of things going on. You know what I'm saying? I heard we had this crazy man. I'm not gonna lie. We had this crazy man that used to live next door to us. This old dude, and it's you never know if he's crazy for real or if he really just lives some shit and because they be oh yeah, he got dementia, he crazy. Don't worry about him. But long story short, he was telling me about now, and again, he's a crazy old man. He used to say he was in the FBI and all this other stuff. But he would tell me about he went to, I forget what country, I couldn't tell you, but he said there was a certain fruit that literally is illegal in the U.S. because if you eat it, it'll give a woman an abortion. Like it literally just kills babies. It's a fruit. You eat it, the baby dies, and it's illegal in here. But like somewhere else, people just have this fruit. They know about it, and they know, hey, if we get it popping, we can go eat this fruit and kill it. Like it's crazy. But like just the fact that I heard that, and the fact that America already knows about it and just like kept it out of here.
Yeah, kept that under the wraps.
You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to think about the different things you stumble upon when you actually get up out of here and you see something else.
I swear.
You know?
Different world, different planets. You don't got to go too far. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I like how your sea turtles come.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like,
not
okay,
gonna
you got
lie,
a purple.
kind of snapped on him a little bit.
We'll show things at the end. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to say who got the best.
I ain't gonna toot my own horn too early.
Yeah, man. Alex, you liking over there? You better catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Bugs Bunny and the tortoise taught us that slow and steady wins. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. I know you got some more lined up.
Oh, you already know. Yeah. So, what's your favorite type of animal to study? Like mammals, reptiles?
So my favorite type of animal to study, it's hard for me. It's definitely between the bats and the sea turtles. The bats was cool, but it was a lot of work. It was up and down the mountain 2-3 times a day,
hiking.
Right,
get up to these people.
Right. Many times at night.
Yep. They're nocturnal.
Right. And then we was working in the rainforest too, so sometimes it just pours down rain and like you're expecting it, but you're not really expecting it because it just happens randomly. You know, like damn, we gotta hurry up and get down the mountain.
Right.
So like I enjoyed the bats, but they were a lot of work.
And hassle for that research.
Right. And I enjoy the sea turtles because they come to us pretty much because I'm working with nesting turtles. So the females come up the nest. So we really we looking for them, but they coming out of the water, and we just happen to be there. But so those would be my favorite too.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So okay, you said you like turtles and bats. So is there a certain type of turtle or a certain type of bat that just you like more than the other ones?
Yeah. So for me, turtle-wise, it's the Kent's Ridley sea turtle. That's the turtle that I worked with the most at Padre Island National Seashore. So they are critically endangered, which means there's not many of them left. All 6 other sea turtles that you can see in the U.S. are endangered or critically endangered. And the Kent's Ridley sea turtles are one of the 2 that are critically endangered. So Kent's Ridley and Hawksbill sea turtles are critically endangered. And then the green sea turtle, the loggerhead, the leatherback, and Oliver Ridley are endangered.
Yeah, man.
So I like working with them. And then also, they're pretty cool because they're one of the only species of sea turtle that actually nest during the daytime. All other species nest at night.
I did not know that.
So that means when you say nest in the daytime, does that mean sleep in the daytime, take naps?
They come up to lay their eggs.
Oh, really?
Right, broad day.
Yep. And then they also, the Kent's Ridley and the Oliver Ridley, they nest in big groups of turtles called arabatas, which means a large synchronized group coming up to lay eggs at one time.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. So did they all get pregnant at one time? They all mate at one time?
Yeah, there's a mating season, but they all come up around the same time to lay their eggs. Now, here in the U.S., we have a different subspecies of Kent's Ridley sea turtle than the ones that are in Mexico, and ours have a lower population. So our arabatas are not as big as the ones that are in Mexico. Theirs are thousands at a time. Ours, when we say arabata here for the Texas coast, it's 3 or 4 in the same area at the same time. Sometimes as many as 100 a day or so. But it's never in the thousands just because our population is not at the level as they are in Mexico.
Yeah, and a whole different numbers than us, man.
That's crazy. Do you wait before we get into another question? Was there white? I know we were talking shit about the white clay earlier. But where's the rest of the clay? Is there white around? I want white for my eyes.
Yeah, okay. It might be some in that bag.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I've been making this blue work with these eyes. Not gonna lie, that first one I made was kind of raw.
And if y'all want
This
another,
shit's kinda looking
if you want a
flimsy.
different color clay, don't hesitate to ask. I'll grab it for you. What's another one we got for N8ture Al, man? N8ture Al. We got N8ture Al in Clearwater, Florida
give
right
it
now.
up. Another applause.
Yeah,
just
give
for
me
N8ture
another
Al,
one, man. Thanks for being here, dog.
Giving us these factoids, man. But I gotta ask you a serious question, cause for you, right, and all your knowledge on animals and what you know, what animal have you seen that you're just not trying to step to? Like, what makes it so like dangerous? Is it its energy? Like, the look in his eyes. I remember we was talking about that with some animals earlier.
Yeah, so like I see a lot of venomous snakes, but
Venomous
personally,
snakes.
I'm not gonna handle a venomous snake. I know my limits, and I admire them from afar.
Right.
But for me, I'm just not with handling venomous
I think a snake
snakes.
is the most dangerous animal. All right,
Snake
now how about
gone, boy.
let's rephrase that question. What do you think is the most dangerous animal? Like, what do you think out of everything you know about animals? What do you think is the most dangerous animal?
Humans.
Ooh, I
Humans
mean,
are
definitely
That's
us.
deep. That's
Yeah,
deep.
that's deep. That's heavy. It's been heavy, buddy.
Well, yes. Like we just take over and overuse many of the resources, or people for snakes, and since they kill them just because, like, for me, if you have the means to go get a weapon and come back and kill a snake,
Right.
you could have just left and never came back.
Right.
Exactly.
Snakes, they don't like confrontation. Most of them are afraid of you than you are them, and they don't attack, but they do defend themselves.
Right.
So most people who get bit by snakes, it's because they were in some way harassing the snake.
Yeah, you either on his land in his personal space.
Yeah, like, I mean, there are some snakes that are bite because they got stepped on, but a lot of people will go and try to move the snake or try to kill the snake and end up missing and getting bit by a snake. Or sometimes, even if you kill a snake, the snake still has fangs, and the fangs still have venom, and so you still can get an after bite.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, I have heard of that too.
And
Just because that thing dead.
I mean, I personally just like I don't fuck with snakes like at all because I mean, all right, let's just go over the facts, right? You got snakes. For one, it's just this long ass animal. It's this long slimy animal, right? And then like not only that, it's fast. It's a fast, long, slimy animal. A fast, long, slimy animal with no arms or legs.
That boy kind of all terrains with it. That's
So with that being said, my man has no arms or legs, right? My man he's don't even really got no bones. He's just this thing that can do everything.
pretty
He can
much
climb
fit
trees.
anywhere.
He can swim. He's fast on land. He's fast in sand. You ever tried to run on sand? It's pretty hard. This man gets on there and he's digging through the shit. He climbing up that tree like Tarzan. He's in the water swimming with you, and it's just ridiculous how capable they are. You know what I'm saying? They can get into your house like a snake outside can easily get into this house because he can just find a hole or he can slip under the door because he don't have no bones. And then there's some snakes that are venomous. There's some that don't even have no venom. They're just big as shit and like to suffocate people, just like to strangle people.
Right.
I don't fuck with snakes.
I heard that.
Well, snakes, they are interesting. Well, a lot of people a lot of people think snakes don't have bones, but they actually do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They have a full vertebrae like us.
Wow, for real?
Yeah.
I've been misled most of my life.
Yeah, a lot of people think that because like they're I guess like movable they are and bendy.
You would think they wouldn't have anything.
Right.
Going
Yeah,
on.
they're just too malleable, flexible.
Right,
like-
exactly. But yeah, they have bones.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that. But all right, so look, we're at that point in the show where we're gonna take a commercial break. Let's give it up one more time for N8ture Al.
N8ture Al, man.
Out here on Planet JJ. We
Planet
brought him to
JJ
the 727
episode
episode 2. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes,
and like
you
I
made it
said,
this far. Yes, thank you for sticking around, man. Drop a like, leave a comment, bro.
we're gonna take it to commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal would probably be a cat.
Okay, why is your favorite animal a cat, my man?
I like cats because they're pretty chill, and you don't need to train them as much as dogs, because they go to the litter by themselves. they're basically chill. I like cats,
Okay, cool. My man's a cat guy. We all like cats down here at Planet JJ. What is the scariest encounter you've ever had with an animal?
Let's see. My mom's boyfriend's cat actually got so scared of the dog that it put its claw and hooked it in right here. And he tried to pull him away from me, but the claw was hooked in, so it just was pulling my face really close to my eye. So I thought I might lose an eye, but
Did you have to get like some kind of stitches, or did you have a bad mark?
I had a bad mark for a while.
Oh my God. So what is probably the scariest encounter you've had with an animal?
The scariest encounter would probably be back home. I was actually being chased by a group of wild dogs, and I remember it was uphill. I was being chased uphill. It was very scary. Yeah.
Chased uphill by a pack of dogs. What would you do in that situation? Leave a comment. What would you do in a situation if you got chased uphill by a pack of wild dogs? Do you know what kind of dogs they were by chance?
Nah, I was just running from
I was just running. He was running. He didn't care. What is your favorite animal?
I really like hippos.
Yes, yes. We would talk about hippos all episode. Yes. Why do you like hippos?
They're like really scary, but at the same time, gentle giants. I mean, I know that they'll mess you up, but there's something about them that just makes me want to like go pet them.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what.
It's like they're so cute.
They asked me, I said the same thing. So give me 5 on that. Boom. Who do you think will win in the fight? 2 moose or 4 adult bucks?
Definitely the 2 moose. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We got another one for Team Moose. You know what I'm saying? That's Rick's team, Team Moose. Okay. Who would win in a fight? 2 moose or 4 adult bucks?
Wow. I like to say moose because they're
Team Moose. It's Team Moose.
they're a lot bigger, and I feel like as much as bucks are aggressive, I feel like moose will get more aggressive, and they're huge.
They're huge. They're fucking huge. Alexis, give him your Instagram.
Alexis_Marion.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You heard it first, man. One more time, bro. You are.
Jihad.
Yes, sir. And then your Instagram will be right here where they can follow you. Let's go. Planet JJ TV. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? We hope you like that segment. That's something we're going to be doing pretty much in every episode. So expect, a sketch, a skit, some kind of, we're always going to go to commercial break halfway through these things. I hope you enjoyed, the first one. Again, this is episode 2, the first official episode. Let's get it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Official
saying?
applause that we're really here. We're really in this now.
Hell yeah. But, yeah, that shouldn't be happening. But besides that, let's get right back into it, man. So, Jay, let's get back into asking Alex these questions.
Yeah, N8ture Al, man. So I got another one for you. What's an animal that you love for its uniqueness or its difference? Like, what stands out to you with this animal?
Yeah. So for me, it's actually my favorite animal. It's a type of mammal. It's the red panda.
Red panda.
Yes,
we saw some of them at the zoo.
We did.
Atlanta
Y'all put
Zoo.
up on. We went to the zoo.
I don't know if we mentioned. I'm pretty sure we did mention it when he came in. But Alex is our cousin. He is our blood cousin. You know what I'm saying? Our moms are sisters.
Yes.
So we spent a lot of time. Honestly, Alex has always been on this because even growing up, like Alex is the first one that ever took me fishing.
Same.
Anything I learned about animals 9 times out of 10 came from him or watching Animal Planet at his house with him. So like. Alex is the guy I come to or I would ask for any type of advice on anything nature, science, animal related. So, yeah, my boy Stamp, he really does this. I remember from the trenches, what I'm saying, you could take it back, you know what I'm saying? Check his rap sheet. He's Stamp. You can take it back to his hood. We all gonna say the same thing. That boy's solid. You know what I'm saying? That boy's solid.
Right. I'm not new to this.
Yeah, he's not new to this.
It's really on this, man.
But, yeah, you said the red panda, and why is that your favorite?
Yeah, so the red panda, it's not a panda at all. It's not a bear. People used to think that it was a bear at first, and then they thought it was a fox and a raccoon, but it's actually its own species, its own genus as well. So with the red panda, it's a mammal. It looks kind of like a fox and a raccoon. So it's red and black, and it has a ringed tail. So with the red panda, it's what's known as, let me think of this. I totally just forgot this word. It lives in, it's arboreal. It lives in trees. So like Arbor Day is a day for trees. Arboreal is an animal that lives in a tree, lives in a tree. So it's arboreal, which means it likes to spend times in the trees. But I just like them because they're cute looking. They're red. They're black. And then like they're
nice.
Yeah, they're kind of like a misfit. So to speak, because people really didn't know what to classify them as. So they went to like the bears, then they said it was a raccoon, but now it's his own species. So I
they've
really
always
like
stood
them.
out to me. Upon every visit, I go see them things. It's like it's eye catching.
Right. Yeah, they're beautiful. And then I like their color. Like I said, they're like a red, orange, and have some black on them, black and brown, and white. But that color that they have is actually a type of defense mechanism. So it
defend them from what?
So it defends them from different predators that were to eat them. So they are able to, like, if you look up from the forest floor and look up, you really wouldn't see them because they're brown and black. Underbelly is shading them with the trees that's where they are. And then you were to look at them down there, like, are blending in with some of the leaves and some of the, I believe, moss and that are on the trees in their habitat. So it kind of helps them to blend in and hide from any predators.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yes.
This is something that just came up to my head. So how do you feel about, I know you've worked at different like zoos and like aquariums and stuff, and I know, everything you do is like just for the good and for the good of animals and for the good of nature, and just for science in general and just advancement in the way we can save the planet and keep these cool animals alive. So like, how do you feel about animals in captivity? Like, how do you feel about the zoo and the aquarium? Because I'll tell you like this, right? I'll go to the zoo and the aquarium, and I love it personally, but I love animals too. But I love just the fact to be able to see them. But then, I'll post something on my Snapchat, and then, like, I'll get the people who comment, and I'll be like, hey, man, you going to the zoo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be doing that, Jay. Like, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel, somebody who's really in this field? What is your take on that?
Yeah, so honestly, it's double-edged sword, so to speak. Like I like seeing animals in the zoos. I like visiting them. There is a great need for them because of the way that humans have treated the earth, have done things that a lot of animals are going extinct or vulnerable. So zoos are there to help those animals. A lot of animals are on SSP, which are species survival plans, which means that they are up for mating across zoos in order to increase the population or increase the genetics of the animals that are in the zoos. And some of these animals actually released back into the wild that are bred at the zoos if they can. So all zoos are not bad, but you definitely need to kind of look at what zoo you're going to, what their money you're going to. Is it just to support the pockets of the people who own the zoo, or is actually going to conservation and really helping the animals
species,
and then exactly. And then even also zoos help like for people who can never go to Africa, can never go from Atlanta to see anything, but coming to the zoo lets them see what's out there, what animals are out there, and it could like help to start a passion for wildlife and animals that could lead them to become a biologist or something like that. So like while I like the zoos, and while like sometimes it is like in proper zoos it is sad to see animals in small enclosure.
That's one thing that gets to me.
There is a need for zoos because of the way that humans have treated the natural world. Now all zoos are not bad. There are zoos that are bad and shouldn't be in existence, and there are certain animals that you shouldn't have
in captivity at all.
Right, exactly. I totally believe that. And then there's also people like I don't think individuals should own wild animals.
Yeah,
So if you're not like a zoo or wildlife reserve, a
someone
credible
truly
wildlife reserve,
qualified to do this.
not nothing like whatever his name is, the
Tiger
dude
King?
from yes, Tiger King, Oklahoma,
Right.
Tiger Man, whatever. Like
Right.
all people should not have that. Like
Right.
if your animals are dying or if you're
They're
they're
not fit to take care of
right,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not about that, but there are reputable zoos, and then like, I guess the thing with reputable zoos, so there's a thing that this AZA, the Association of Zoos and Aquarium, which sets up standards for like how big an animal enclosure can be, what their diet is, that zoos can sign up to be a part of. Now, a lot of those zoos that are on there are good, but there are also zoos that can't afford the certification. There are good zoos that are not AZA certified. So you really just need to research the zoo, what you're going to go to if you're going to support it, support the zoo. But for me, like growing up, like I went to the zoo and it helped to cultivate a love for wildlife for me. And I worked at a zoo and I worked at an aquarium, and I see how the exposure to these animals have kind of uplifted the younger generation.
Yeah.
And also, it opens up a curiosity as well.
Right. I say even for myself personally, when I go to the zoo and I see, like, cause dude, like just watching TV, like I'm saying, just watching TV with you growing up, like watching like these animals in action on the screen is just
Monster
crazy.
Hunters and whatnot.
You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you could grow up, you go to the zoo, and then you see this stuff in real life. You're like, damn, bro, that's amazing. Like, and I'm so glad we do have the opportunity to see these animals, because you know we can't go to Africa and we can't go to these places to see these guys. So that's where I'm always conflicted, because like I said, man, I'll be at the zoo and I'll be having the time of my life. Like I'm excited. Oh man, look at me at the zoo with the elephants, and then there goes somebody ready to burst my fucking bubble, yo, just ready to. Hey man, you ain't true, you ain't real, you don't love the animals, you going to see them in captivity, but you heard it first from N8ture Al himself that it's okay as long as you got some credible zoos. You know, you got people who really take care of their animals, who's using this to show people and to educate, and not only that, but to save, bro, to conserve,
Mainly
bro.
looking out for the little guys, bro, the animals and whatnot.
Yeah, bro, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like even Allie, she went and saw the dolphin show. She was like, I want to grow up and I want to train dolphins, and I want to, you know. So I really think that's awesome. And I appreciate you shedding some light on that, you know, so because that, you know, I think that's a question like a lot of people kind of do conflict. They feel conflicted about inside, you know, so I'm glad you touched on that. Well, I know we had some other, what's going on? What else we got for him?
Yeah, I think we only got one other one, and then I probably got like a personal question I want to ask after. But yeah, what advice, since we're kind of already on this topic, and I love that we got this far, is what advice would you give to someone trying to pursue the same career?
Good question.
Yeah, I would start out with number one, be yourself, be unapologetically you.
Yeah.
There are people who would try to like change you or say like, oh, don't do that. Like there's no money in that career, or there was like, well, that's not something that we do. Like we as Black people or people of color, like we don't work with animals, or we don't go outside, but.
Yeah, we cool. We ain't on that. We ain't going to the nature. We ain't fucking no bears, no nothing.
Exactly. Like,
Ain't going
too many
camping.
bugs out there.
Bugs. Hell no.
But just be you. I learned that from early age. Working with animals is what I wanted to do, so I had to be the weird one. Me, be the one.
Go play in that dirt, see what these worms are.
Exactly. Be the one that's doing the stuff that white people do, camping and all that shit. You know.
That's what's up.
So be 100% you. And then like. There's still people in my family that's like, oh, like you're smart. You should have been a doctor, or when you're going to be a doctor, like that's not right. That's not. It's not me. It's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I would rather work in something that I know I'm going to be happy in and passionate about, than make a lot of money and be
right.
You know,
stuck.
stuck there, hate it.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's like, do I want to go fucking see red pandas or do I want to do open heart surgery? Like, come on, dog. Like,
Right. Yeah.
that's just lame, and you have to be responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you
yeah.
got to be responsible, but at the same time, man, I'm certified to be responsible for this red panda.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like
Panda for something
having
I
a
love.
having a pet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So like I know what I'm passionate about. So be 100% you. And then also like get comfortable being uncomfortable. All my positions that I have worked at have taken me out of state.
Yeah, out of your comfort
right.
zone, your element.
Right. Many times I'm the only black person,
Mm-hmm.
if not the only person of color in the offices in the areas I'm working at. Sometimes even in the town, I'm
Right.
one, if
One of
not the
select
only.
few.
Right. Yeah.
I've been in
so-
that position.
Yeah, so
I went up north.
Token,
man. It's a
token,
different story.
token.
right. So you gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like your greatest dreams and successes on the other side of your comfort zone. There's a quote, I forget who said it, but it's like ships are built to go outside of the harbor. Like you may be safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. They built to be on the open sea. So that just goes with like be okay with going outside of your comfort zone. And then another advice, like get as much animal handling experience as you can, whether that's working and volunteering at a zoo or even starting out with at a like vet office, animal shelter. Like get that experience, because that's what a lot of like hiring people are looking for, is what animal experience you have. And then also just outdoor and field experience.
Yes.
Like for me, like you wouldn't think that you need to know how to build a fence to work with wildlife, but when I was in Wisconsin, my project was working with butterflies, but for 6 to 7 months out of the year I was up there, we were building fences and restoring grassland through mowing and planting, and it was a lot to build a fence because we were building
By scratch, yeah.
right.
You out there doing
exactly.
it.
Pull
Like,
by
who
pull.
would've thought?
Right. And then you like pulling barbed wire fence. And then this is what got me, like it was cold. It was below zero sometimes, and we was out there stretching barbed wire. So like I'm layered up, I'm sweating, and when I'm breathing out, like my respiration is freezing on my beard.
Oh my gosh.
And then like I get back in the truck to warm up and get back out, immediately freeze again. And I was
Wow.
like, I did a year up north, and I was like, this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, nah.
I'm getting out there. I'm getting out. But yeah.
Them up north winters is demon way.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
It's rough. So I was like, I'm never going up there again. I'm thankful for the experience.
Right,
but
it did my time.
Right.
It got my
ain't
experience.
for me.
I got
Well,
my XP.
I know you said you had a personal question for
Yeah,
Al.
yeah.
What was that personal?
Well, it's
question?
more not even just for Al. This could go for everyone at the table right now. But just for the one time, I'm sure they'd like to know, what's everyone's favorite animal, bro? Just one time around the room.
Well, I think we already touched his.
Yeah, we did touch on
Is
his.
that your
the red
favorite
panda.
animal?
Yeah,
Red
so
panda?
red panda is my favorite animal, but I'll tell you about my favorite bird. My favorite bird is a penguin, actually, and I like them because like
That's what's
they're dressed up like in tuxedos,
You know
their
what?
feather patterns.
I always had a
And
soft
then
spot
like
for
they over there,
penguins.
they're tobogganing, like sliding on their bellies,
Yeah.
like you know what? Like just like how cool it would be, like you had a formal party in a tuxedo, and then like, you know what? Let me whip out this sled or whip out this slip and slide. It's like, like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
penguins
that's
be lit.
really how they get around.
They
They
really
get on
be
their
grouped
bellies
up,
and just
mobbing.
slide and get back up,
Right,
start
right.
wobbling. That's
Swear.
cool. What did I say? My favorite animal. I mean, my favorite animals are always the animals that are terrifying, and it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say that because the animal that I think is the most terrifying is a snake, but it wouldn't be my favorite animal.
Right.
So like, I would have to really go into the, because there's a lot of animals that just do cool shit. Like
Yeah, really cool
I couldn't
stuff.
really tell you like, all right, I guess my favorite animal, the animal that I put the most like hype behind his name is probably like a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus
It's
is a
just
goal.
fucking crazy,
they're
bro.
cool.
Aggressive. They weigh tons, bro. They're
Right.
pretty much anything that got beef with a hippo 9 times out of 10 is gonna lose.
He's gonna
Right,
lose that.
exactly, yeah.
You know, sharp teeth, super fast swimmers, fast on land. If you
Yeah.
didn't know, you know. So I just think they're crazy animals, bro. And I'm just so
Swear,
happy that we
swear.
still have those around. you know, because it's crazy out here the way they're just slaughtering animals, taking their teeth and taking their tusks and stuff like that. I really like those lizards. They call them Jesus lizards. They like run on water.
Right.
That's fucking fire.
I have seen
That's
that.
so fire. What else? You know, like the fish with literal fucking wings that come out the air and like just start flying for a second.
Bro,
and then
I've
they go
seen
back.
these fish that literally like eat birds, bro. Like they wait for these birds to go low. They jumping these niggas, bro.
crazy.
Yeah, nah, marine life goons, but
Right, they marine life. Right.
they different,
What
bro.
about you?
Me, like you already know, I got the head and whatnot on. You know, I got a biased love for some turtles, man. The turtle, the tortoise, any type. Like I'm loving it. But an actual personal favorite animal that just always piqued my curiosity, the gorilla. Like the
Gorilla's nice, yeah.
primate.
The
Like
gorillas, they're crazy.
I can sit and watch them for hours, just do things,
Yeah,
learn. I just
right.
like their intelligence. Like,
They are
yeah.
super smart. Yeah, when was at the zoo?
Yeah.
Like, they had them hands catching the
Right,
fruit.
catching
like,
the
what's
fruit,
that?
just sitting there,
Right,
taking it
right.
from the other ones.
Right,
like,
right.
Give me that.
Running
Like,
out.
like doing behind the back catches and all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
how
I
you
think
learn to do
the
that?
coolest thing, because one time I went to that zoo and they were, and this is Atlanta Zoo we're
Yeah,
talking
Atlanta
about.
Zoo.
But one time I went to that zoo and I remember they had like the zoo, what do you call them, zookeepers?
Mhm.
It's just okay. One of the keepers was out there outside the orangutan environment. And we were just asking questions. He was just telling us little facts and shit. And he was like, yeah, inside that tree, like you see their tree where they hang out with us. He was like, yeah, inside their tree, they got like one of them like joystick games. So it's like the 2-button, you know, like Miss Pac-Man and shit
Yeah,
like that,
yeah, like
Galaga and shit. And
classic.
he's like, yeah, they go up there and they play it. They know how to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they know how to play.
You know what
the
I'm saying?
video
It's like
games.
they in there, they entertain themselves with that, like, you know. And I thought that was so
Crazy.
just the
Like-
idea of a monkey, even if they just fucking off. Like imagine like a monkey sitting there and eventually learning like, oh, this button does this and this button does this
Right.
and this moves it,
Gaming
and
on
literally
your
just
ass.
learning how to play the game. And I feel like they're not very far if they're not already on that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, so I just
Just the
thought that was
stuff
super
like that,
cool.
yeah, just the brilliance. Like it really shows, bro. Even in dogs, like I be seeing my dogs do crazy stuff, like just
Yeah.
the level of intelligence
Your
animals.
dogs is fucking crazy.
Crazy. I got
Your
these 2
dogs
pit bulls, man. They
Opening
nuts.
doors,
Nutcases.
stealing shit off
Yeah,
the counters.
opening doors.
Jesus. But look, hey, we're starting to run out of time, man. Is everybody ding, ding, ding?
Yeah,
Time's
ding,
up.
ding,
Let's
ding.
see
I
what
guess
kind of
we-
fucking
We
animals.
comparing notes, man. Let's
All right, you
let's
know
see
what?
we did here.
How
man.
about, all right, let's do Al first. This is his show. This is his
Yeah,
episode.
man. Nature Al, man. What you got?
What you
for
got
us?
down there?
First, I got a standard goldfish.
Okay, standard
Ooh,
goldfish.
standard.
Looking
Fish,
good,
you know.
actually. Yeah.
And then right here, I got. I want to say it's a bird.
That's
that-
my favorite.
It looks like a beaver kind of.
Yeah,
Perry
yeah.
a platypus.
Yeah, you
It's
snapped
a
that, yeah.
platypus, you know. They live in Australia and they actually have venom. So
That's a platypus? That's what it's supposed
I'm
to
gonna
be?
go with a platypus. It's supposed to have been a bird, but it's gonna be a duck-billed platypus.
There we go.
Yeah.
You see the tail?
Yep.
And this right here is my sea turtle.
Mhm.
I got the scoots going on.
Yeah, I see the little
on the
back grooves.
carapace. Yep. So this is my sea turtle.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like the colors
accurate
you chose for him,
colors.
too.
Right.
I had to work with what I had.
Man, I saw everybody. I guess this was a turtle episode. So I saw everybody made a turtle. This is literally the last one I made. I had like the neon green and I had blue. So you know, this is how we coming with my little turtle gang.
Got that
You know what
big
I'm saying?
shell.
But not only that, man, we coming with the Mr. Krabs. Ain't nobody coming
You
like
did
that.
that one really good.
Come on, man. We hitting with the Mr.
Yeah,
Krabs.
that shit look good, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then last but not least, we was talking about him. I had to get
Oh yeah,
the most
snake.
deadly creature in the fucking world, man.
Woo.
The super savage, the snake. And that's all I got for him.
Yes,
What's
yes.
up, Jay?
Well, me, I did a bunch of little water creatures, things that you'll see in the ocean or whatnot. You know, regular tortoise, like just out here. Turtle right here, man. I got him a purple shell. You know, he's got some drip. Little seahorse.
That's tough.
I tried on the seahorse, gave him a little back groove
That's
and
tough.
whatnot. Basic fish, couldn't really get the scales going. It was funny because I did his shell by hand, like with my fingernail or whatnot. Bitch, I watched you use your little wooden stick to draw your things. I was like, I was playing games this whole time. And then I got me a little eel, man, electric eel, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah, going hard.
That's tough. Well, I mean, you guys saw our art today, man, and I'm so glad that y'all could be here for another episode.
Yes,
One
thank
time,
you
let's
for
give
tuning
another
in.
applause for the fans.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
applause
saying?
for you, man. Sticking it through the whole episode.
You already
You
know.
already-
And then let's keep this applause going for N8ture Al.
Nature Al, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Planet JJ. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Planet
me,
JJ.
Jay. And shout out to everybody who could be a part of this episode, man. We're going to get ready to wrap this thing up, man. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us at Planet JJ TV.
Planet JJ TV, man.
Yep. If you want to follow us individually, I'm Pretty Ricky 727 Pretty Ricky.
Yes.
Give them your handle.
I'm J_Dollars _official on Instagram.
And if you want to follow N8ture Al, Al, give us everywhere we can follow you, where we can find you.
You
at.
can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at N8ture, and that's N8ture_AL. That's my IG and Twitter.
Bet.
Yes.
Bet. Yep. So
get at them, man.
Y'all get at us, man. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend. You know, we're here. We're going to try to be here for you guys, you know, every other week, you know, pushing these episodes out. So, again, thank you guys for the second episode of Planet JJ.
Right,
it was real. And one more time, I'm Jay.
And I'm Jay.
And this has been Planet JJ. Y'all take it easy, man.